Y'all are not gonna believe this, guys. Won the lottery for the big bucks. Won the lottery. Spent it all on this Model A. Actually, this ain't even a drawing, is it?
It's Big 4.
Oh. It was just blowing across the parking lot.
Yeah.
April Fools. Actually, we did win on the big lottery, the $1 billion one. Matched up three numbers. What does that give you, $4? Yeah, so that's what we did win. So technically we won. Oh, that's how you exit. All right. Mr. AJ, 20 years younger than me, showing me how to get out of this car. Pretty cool car. So got something fun today, guys. AJ's going to clip this stuff in. But as you'll know, in the background of all of our videos, we've always got flags flying on antennas. But here recently, we've had the flag flying across the street. It's not there. I jumped in it this morning in the rain. I took it to my daughter's school, and I'm just trying to get this information so that I get it right. So, Amelia Academy School, you guys are local. Tomorrow, they're having a presentation for 9/11. Tomorrow is 9/11. If you guys remember where you were at, I tried to think of how I was going to do this earlier. Let me finish what they're doing first, and I'm going to give you something. They took and put 2,997 flags in the ground. Just shy of 3,000 flags they have put in the ground. AJ's going to show you. I don't know if you can see it on here. My phone's all cracked up. It's a small school that she goes to. Not a lot of students. They spent the whole day putting just shy of 3,000 flags in the ground. And I'm super proud of her. She is the class president this year. She's a senior. So she's orchestrating a lot of them. She said, Dad, could you bring the crane and the flag over? I'd love to have it for my presentation, for the 9/11 memorial that they do. I said, I'll do it. And I hated to even stumble and think about it. But in the course of the day, it's hard to do. And I didn't know it was going to be raining. AJ had an appointment this morning. Just things didn't line up. But I promised her we'd do it. And I said, you know what? I should do anything she asked. I really should. And I tried to for all my kids. But so I jumped in it. I've never operated it. We boomed it down. We put the flag away. I drove almost an hour to her school. And I jumped in it and I used it and operated it. Mike would be super proud. I got it right on target. I don't know. He was glitching over there with them trees with it. I figured it out. So, but he was used to one control. It's a different kind of control. It's really slick though, the way it works. I got the flag up. We positioned it over. It's hanging right over their entrance to their school. Those other flags, 2,997 flags. Guys. Imagine that. Like 3,000. They had to take them and put them in the ground. And they did it. And here's a picture of it. I want you guys to look at this and be proud of what this little school. There's not a lot of students in this school. What they did. Check it out.
Or you can grab the machete. Or you can search in the glove box and find a big knife. Hey, but you don't look under the seat. It's not my house. That's Jaden. Well, we could do this. Calvin, did you see Jaden crash that truck?
Take a picture, man.
We're back. So that is my oldest daughter, Trista, that did that. And again, her grandfather would be beyond proud. Sorry, that choked me up a little bit there. Sorry, guys. I didn't expect that to choke me up, but I just never thought of it that way. My dad served, and as soon as I said that, I pictured his casket with the flag draped and the gun salute. Yeah, that got to me. Sorry about that. But her grandfather would be really proud, my dad, that she's doing that and supporting it, and so proud of it. To ask me, she works here. She knows how. She knows how busy I stay, and it was going to be almost impossible. But she asked, and I'm glad I did it. I'm very glad I did it. And her school, everybody was smiling. The kids were out there when I pulled up. She's got a great group of schoolmates. Her boyfriend goes to the same school. He's a great kid, great young man, and works here too, and works for his family farm. So I'm very blessed that she has turned out like she did, and her grandfather would be beyond proud of her for all that she's done and all that she's accomplished. She, everybody thinks their kids are the best, obviously. I think all my kids are great, but she's doing really well to keep, at her age, 17 years old, the troubles that come with kids, and not that there hadn't been challenges, but she has really got her mindset. She's doing good. She fits in with everybody around here when she's at work, and I am super, super duper proud of her. I wasn't around as much because obviously running a business or 10, it feels like sometimes, consumes you. So I wasn't around as much as I should have been for some things, and trying to make up for lost time with that, because I should have been around a lot more. And, when you're working 12, 14 hours a day, then you're going home and working on a computer and answering emails, and, no excuse for it. Should have done better. And I'm glad that she's doing as well as she is. Straight 8 student. So you guys want to drop a comment? I want you to drop comments about 2 things. I want you to congratulate Trista, first and foremost, on what she's doing to remember these people that lost their lives and what our country went through. But I also want you to say what you were doing and where you were at, if you remember. I want this to be the most commented video we've ever had. Blow it up. Share it everywhere. We all need to rejoice in our country coming back from this terrible situation and the way things were handled. I think they were handled pretty good. We put our foot down and we showed them, other countries, that we wouldn't stand for no crap. Everybody's got a different opinion of that. I'm not going to get into it, but I feel like it's a tragic event, and we did the best we could as a country, mending together. And I remember like it was yesterday. So for me, my story, I was in this office. It was nobody but me and my father. That was it. That was the 2 of us. And it was 2001, obviously. You know that. It must have been either a Wednesday or a Thursday. I believe it was a Thursday. And pretty easy. I should have looked that up ahead of time. But my buyer was at an auction. And he called me from a payphone. So, I guess we weren't using cell phone at the time, or he wasn't. He called me from the payphone, and in an auction, believe it or not, and I'll try to find a picture. It was an aisle from here to that 6-door truck of telephones on both sides of the wall. That's how you communicated. You went in there, and we actually got an 800 number at this dealership so that we didn't have to keep paying or using I guess you could do a pay card or something at the time, or you could dial the operator. And there was all kinds of ways you can do it. It's vague in my mind currently, but you guys turn back time. Remember, when you traveled, you had no phone. There was a time, and if you broke down, you had to walk to a payphone. There was a payphone right here, and there was a payphone right there. That's how many payphones were in this little area. There's payphones everywhere. But in the auction, there was a line, and it was down both sides. Any of you car dealers can relate to this. And that's how my buyer communicated. He got in there, and he said, JW, I don't know what I'm going to be able to tell you about today. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get back on the phone, but have you seen what's happening? And I was like, no, I don't know what's going on. He was panicking. And Rich, I think you watched the channel. My man Rich has been buying from me for over 30 years. And part of my family. He lives in Carolina, but he's been around. He was at my wedding. He was at everything. He's been there for everything. So I know you watch. Thanks for all the things you've done for me, Rich. I don't tell you very often. But he said, we're under attack. I said, what do you mean we're under attack? He said, we're under attack, JW. They're flying planes into buildings. They're saying terrorist. And this was early on. But I guess that stuff happened early in the morning. There wasn't all the other stuff. I don't even know if there was Facebook back then. I didn't have it. I don't have it now. But communication was far different. By this point, they were saying terrorism. I got out front right where that black Super Duty was. We sold vans. You can put a little clip in here, AJ, if you want to, of the little picture of us with all the vans. That magazine cover would be good. We had a conversion van with a boomerang antenna on the roof. We had several of them. I got in the first one that I could. The TV turned on. Channel 6 or Channel 8 came on, which is in our area. There was 6, 8, 12, and 35. It came on the boomerang antenna, and it was all over the news. The picture of that building burning, picture of the building burning. About the time we turned it on, and I was mesmerized by it, my dad came out or something. I don't know how we communicated. We both sat in that van and watched that tower fall on live TV. And then I think it was right after that the second one fell. Then it was the reports of one of them went down elsewhere and one went to the Pentagon. It was the craziest thing. The streets didn't have any traffic. It was like everybody was in a coma over this, and rightly so. It was the most tragic thing that I think's ever happened in our country. And I do remember it like it was yesterday. So I know everybody has a story. Trista wasn't even thought of by then. So I make a joke about it. I say, where were you at? You know, everybody says, well, my mom's generation, where were you at when Kennedy was shot? Where were you at when Elvis died? Where were you? You know, there's all kinds of things that happened that made national news for her generation. For my generation, I think that was probably it. I think that's the thing that everybody, that and when the shuttle exploded. I was in elementary school when the shuttle exploded with the teacher on board.
Or were you from Oklahoma City?
I don't remember. You talking about the bombing? Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember. Was that after or before?
That was before 9/11. Oklahoma City was 92 or 93.
I think I was in school. And then I was telling Trista, this video is going a whole different way than I planned it to go today, but I was telling her there was also the sniper shootings.
Oh, I remember those.
You remember those? That was crazy. That was wild. She didn't know anything about that either because that was a considerable amount back. I don't remember where that fell, but if y'all are from around, you don't know about that. But we had sniper shootings where the people were Northern Virginia and scattered around, and they were literally snipering people at gas pumps just out of the blue. And they searched. Oh, yeah. Yeah, eased up out of the trunk of a car, sniper shot the people. Tragic times because people were fearful. Like you didn't know. They were not targeting anybody other than somebody that they could shoot. It was scary crap. So there was a lot of things that you might remember. And I remember watching that on the news. Every morning it seemed like the news was nothing but another shooting, another shooting, another shooting. And it went on for a long time. They caught them. I don't know what's happened to them out there.
You couldn't stand at the bus stops.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the kids, it did change stuff for the kids. They couldn't stand at the bus stop. That was around 2000-ish, maybe?
No, it was after.
Past that? After 9/11.
Yeah.
Might have been 2010-ish.
No, that's too early. That was in elementary school.
All right, well,
Yeah.
y'all can comment in there. We'll figure it out too. I did not prepare for all this in this video, but I would like you to comment your experience because I think it is for guys, 40 to 70 years old or 40 to 60 years old or whatever the demographic of our followers. I think it was a big time in life for everybody. And people that were in the military didn't know what was going to happen. They didn't know if they were going to get called out. It was interesting. But right here, that's what happened. And that's how it happened. And that's who the first person to tell me about it was. I think I remember trying to call my mom at work, and I don't know that we could get through. I don't know. But we watched the news that night, and it was a lot. It was a lot going on. Very tragic. So, Trista, good job. Calvin, good job. Y'all are amazing youngsters, and very proud of y'all for what you're doing. And if you're in the area, that is open to the public for this tomorrow. So if you are traveling, if you're around, it's open. The sign. Here's another clip I got, AJ. Put this clip in too. This is me in the bucket truck backing up, and all the kids around doing their thing. But it shows the sign for the school, and it is open to the public. stop by and enjoying it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to try my best. I got a dentist appointment. Hopefully I can change that dentist appointment and make my way over there to it, because I think me and Mom, and hopefully maybe we'll take Blakely out of school for that, and Tabitha, and maybe even Brady. I think it's important. So we're going to do our best. I'm going to try to be there. But aside from that, guys, we got a pretty fun day. We got a clip here of the 31. AJ just surprised me by driving that over here. He put a little fuel in it, and just like my man Fred said, it fired right up. And he knows how to operate. He knows how to drive it. So here's a little clip. We just went over there and did this. Punch that in there, AJ, and we'll see what else we got going on today. All right, my man Fred, faithful watcher of the channel, and he has a great channel as well, talking about Model A's. We'll put a link into his page in the description. But AJ could not wait on Mr. Fred. He showed him how to do it. AJ was really wanting to drive the last one of these we had, and we had a customer from down in South Carolina buy it before we even got it running, and they shipped it home. They had it running within hours of receiving it. We knew it would run. These things are so primitive. They will run super easy. But the other day, me, AJ, Tabitha, and Fred went and recovered this Model A truck and a Model A two-door out of this man's garage, and bought it from his wife and the other one as well, and really was a fun time. So we had a blast. We were going to wait for Fred to come by. We were going to throw it in the showroom, but it's been raining. The weather's crappy. So AJ said, let's put some fuel in it. Fred said it's going to run. So lo and behold, I hear the horn, and I hear AJ zipping across the road from over there. He's driving it. Now, this thing does have a overdrive trans, so we're going to get him to kind of explain that to us, and we're going to do a really detailed video, because he is a wealth of knowledge about these Model A's, and I'm sure he knows about Model T's and everything too, but he's a Model A connoisseur. So this truck came with some other stuff for the side. There's some stuff he said we should do on the interior. The horn works because AJ was burr, 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 coming across there, and he's got it down pat. So really stinking cool. Now, I am going to wait to unveil with him. Under here is a toolbox storage area. In here is a storage area, and in here is a storage area. We have not opened those. I peeked in this one because it's kind of open. It looks like some extra parts and like a four-way wrench. We got an extra wheel. We got extra sides. But this is a fun truck. So, sound like that wheel about to fall off. You guys, y'all might see some live action here in a second. I swear it sounds like the wheel's gonna fall off that car right there. Get your inspection done every year, people. You don't understand how important it is. But AJ, jump in there and fire it up. I'm gonna put you under the gun. It's a process, all right. AJ, for a young man, he pays attention and listens.
All right, switch is on.
We got the power switch on. We're still 6 volt on this, right?
Yep.
Still 6 volt.
Backwards, so that's backwards.
Headlights are on. He said something about the headlights. He'll explain. They're sealed beam. They're not obviously the old dim lights that these things came with.
Very tough. Not meant for someone with a size 11 shoe. All right, neutral, ignition on. This is your choke. We don't really need that. That's already running. And guys, the handbrake actually does work.
Okay, handbrake works. It's running. It's so windy, I don't know if y'all can hear it. Taillights work. Headlights work. Comes with a actual paper towel holder. That's papers right there, and I just pulled another thing of papers out of here. I'm gonna take this out too. So if you buy this car, this stuff will come with it, but I took another batch of papers out with some service documents and other paperwork.
It's a throttle too.
Yeah, like a throttle advance or timing advance or something. Yeah, he's going to explain all that to us. That is really old. Model A handbook. Wow. So much paperwork with this vehicle. When I say that, there is a manila folder that is literally an inch thick. You hear people say that? I'll measure it. I'll show you. It's an inch thick. And AJ has got the gear pattern down right. The second shifter there is the overdrive. We won't mess with that till my man Fred's here. But just
you don't need it on here.
Yeah, I know. He said it'll run 45, 50, and then the overdrive makes you run about 65. He said it's really sweet around 45. That's also some sort of an advance in the middle right there. No, in the middle. Right. Yeah, so I wouldn't mess with it. There we go. Hit that. Pretty cool. So we are going to let Fred, because we are no experts, we're going to let him go over it. But I'm going to let AJ, I'm going to take this paperwork before we lose it. And I'm going to let AJ just go around to the left. I go down the back road. Okay. Yeah, just since we need to check her over a little bit. It's been sitting, so don't need to risk it yet. Check that out, guys. It was not a barn find. It was a garage find. Thankfully, none of y'all gave us any lip about that. Yeah, he turned. Look at that. I wish somebody was filming this because you can see the smile. You would not believe how cool and how primitive these things are. Now's not the time to stall out, AJ. He got it. Going on down the road. What a cool vehicle. Well, we got a little bit of everything today. I think you guys are going to love it. 65 Chevrolet Corvette Resto Mod 3+3 that everybody has been waiting on patiently, including myself, for the last year of progress. But it is finally officially ready to talk about and sell. We even got a 1930s, 40s-ish, maybe 50-ish, Old Town. What did he call that thing? A Pelican? It's got the name right there. Canoe. Hand-built. So stay tuned. We'll get back to all of it, guys. We got a lot going on today. You're going to enjoy this video because there's a lot of square body content, 1931 Ford content, a 65 Corvette, and even a freaking canoe. All right. Well, to the part of the video you guys have probably been waiting for. I know this is the more exciting part, but we did just get a little bit of crazy news across all of our phones. Speaking of all this stuff happening, and remember where you're at when things happen, we just saw the alert about the shooting of Charlie Kirk, and that's just devastating. That's unbelievable. The brazenness of people in this world that we're currently living in. But prayers have to go out to him and his family because and all the people that witnessed that. I mean, just imagine the tragedy and the stuff that's going to be in those people's mind for a long time. So I don't know much more about it. AJ's just showed me, and I had a couple of people in a group text me, and I was like, wow, that's insane. So on a lighter note, let's make it a fun video and a fun day. Let's finish it out right. The 3+3, after about a year of steady progress, is officially ready to talk about and possibly sell. The only thing we've not finished, everything is done and ready for powder coat, are the power steps. This truck started with us as a nice painted crew cab square body, and everything else needed its normal love. Previous owner described it well, told me what he had done, told me the things he'd done, told me the things that needed to be done, but who knew it would take almost a year to get it to this level when it already looked good. You guys have been seeing it in videos for ages, but it is finally officially to the right point that we should be able to talk about it. And look inside. I love the interior. Not everybody seems to super care for it, but that plaid interior, plaid headliner, and the little touches like these trim pillars, A, B, C, D, E pillars, they're all the different names they call this stuff, have been impossible to come by. Then they had to be found, then they had to be dyed, then they had to be fitted, even down to these little pieces right here. Guys, you do not understand how impossible it is for some of this stuff. And I think that's why the guy gave up on it. He got it to a level where he couldn't find or source parts. We had to order and fit and find and hope and trial and error, but we finally got it. You can see some parts are brand new. Some parts still need to be polished. Some of the finish and detail work will be done very soon, but this truck got 2.0. As we've been saying forever, it was going to get to 2.0. It got to 2.0. Fox shocks, Fox steering stabilizers, crossover Davis off-road steering, track bar system, proper drive shaft, fitted, links right, spins right, everything's good. The black, again, I always point these out because I'm just such a freak about things fitting right, and I had the old style ones that came out, and I caught one with a tire, ripped it off. Those things you never forget. Wasn't anything wrong with this, the way Superlift sent it in the kit back in the day. It just didn't fit right. Kenny got a hold of this truck early on, redid the entire AC system, evaporator, condenser, dryer, compressor. We did a full CVF, which is probably dirty under the hood. I don't think Alvin's gotten to that yet. Pulley system. It went to the stereo shop. It lived there for a couple weeks getting stereo with kickouts. Not bad. Not as bad as I thought it would be. You can see the CVF system. Beautiful compressor, big thick serpentine belt system, brand new alternator, power steering pump, pulleys, idler, big thick billet brackets. This truck's a big block, 468 I believe, highly sniper, fuel injected. You can see the coil pack system there. You can see all the new AC system here, all the new lines, aluminum radiator, electric fans. I think this truck still had a regular V-belt system on it, if I remember right. So it needed to be brought to the century that we are currently in. It was way out of date. So Kenny spent, I don't know, damn near a month on it himself, I think. You know, new bottles, all the little things, cleaning up all the wires, cleaning up all the loom, making new lines, even down to the Hydro Boost line. So much stuff needed to be done on this truck. Put the felt under the hood. New grill, bumpers, lights, bezels. We left these high country emblems just because the truck's a little different. These will come right off. Matter of fact, that one's a little bit loose right there. Those will come right off. You put some K30 emblems on it. Of course, 3+3s color matched. And somebody took a lot of time to put high country on the back window. Now, they take a razor blade and scrape that off. It's not a decal. They actually hand painted that. But the colors go with the truck. It's a little bit different. So we say, you know what, we're going to leave it. But if you look at the attention to detail with just the steering stabilizer system, everything's lined up. Everything's put in the right spot. The truck could use a set of coated headers. I think we're going to put some hot black paint on them or coating on them because of the fact that some states, some areas, guys are going to use this truck. Once you go through some heat cycles and you drive it in some bad weather, a set of coated headers, it's going to eventually tarnish. I'm proof of that. I put a set on my truck every year. I was that anal about it, but I did go down to the beach and I drove my truck. And once a year I had to replace them. And those were, jet hot coating is probably better these days than it was. But up in this little pocket area right here where they all come together, it always started to flake and you see it a lot. So yes, we still need to detail that up a little bit. Disc brake converted in the back, 40-inch tires, 16-inch wheels, offset. We're going to do a full running and driving video of this probably tomorrow. The roads are still a little bit wet, and we are getting a little late in the day, and AJ is having a terrible struggle getting these videos to upload, so I don't want him to have any more troubles with that. Black truck came out the other day. People ask a lot, what do we have in a 4-speed? I keep forgetting this truck is a 4-speed, and Christian actually had it online wrong. Not his fault. The box didn't check as a manual, so he had to recheck the box to put it in as a manual. So it's been online as an automatic. That is a manual truck. Probably going to have some time early next week, and we're going, just like I told y'all in the video yesterday, we're making a lot of changes. That bumper is probably coming off and a regular bumper going on. We're definitely changing the tail lights out. We have been using tail lights. I think the taillight company thinks we're eating them like candy, but if they're faded at all, we replace them. If we got to put a bulb in them, we replace them. So it's getting some regular taillight lenses, a couple other changes, and I think I've got a different tire and wheel that I'm going to slide on there. So you'll see this truck looking completely different next week, but if it's something you're interested in, let me know. The orange and white truck, we need to get it out for a driving video also. Several people have requested that recently. And while the hood's up, big block, fuel injected. Again, some of this is you've seen, guys, some of it you haven't. Tech, fuel injected big block, detailed out under the hood, really good looking truck. The elephant in the room, the big boy here. A lot of people have asked about it. It did need some stuff when it got here. We thought we kind of knew what we need to do, but we're kind of at a stopping point. And for you that are not familiar with LS, and we're going to get to the Corvette in just a second. So if you're waiting on the Corvette, hang tight 1 second. I just want to get this out of the way so people know, because the phone has been ringing off the hook about this truck. It's an LS. An LS has a computer. It has fuel injectors. It is tuned wrong. This motor is tuned wrong. Did somebody lose the tune? Did it never get tuned right? We don't know, but it's overfueling, and it's running extremely rich, and it's actually putting some fuel in the oil. So this truck is going to have one of two things happen. Somebody's going to buy it, and they can put a crate motor in it. Or we get the time and we put a crate motor in it. 572, 632, 502, 468, 454, another LS, it doesn't matter. But if you're not the builder of the motor, the thing about an LS is you don't know. You don't know the cam specs. You don't know what the flow's like. You don't know. There's so many things that need to be known to tune one of these properly. You're not just going to throw it on a dyno like a car and do some pulls and have a sniffer in the tailpipe. I guess you probably could, but it's not going to be as ideal. So being as we don't know anything about it, don't mind being upfront about it. It did need a couple things done when it got here, which we did immediately. Previous owner told us, he said, hey, it's got some things you're going to have to address. We did. But there's more there. There's more that needs to be done. And it's a shame because it's a great looking truck. It's a good running truck. It's a great sounding truck, but it is definitely overfueling. We can pull some fuel out in the computer. TJ is very knowledgeable on that. But if we can't do it the right way, there's no need doing it at all. So chances are, if somebody wants the truck the way it is, we'll sell it. If you got a motor sitting in your yard, you can buy this truck and put a motor in it. This will be a six-figure truck, or right at it. It's got all the goodies. It's got everything you could imagine. We've already tweaked the doors, adjusted everything, gone underneath of it, tightened everything up. Previous owner, before the previous owner, that's actually bought another truck from us, went underneath and did a bunch of the exhaust stuff. That is done extremely well. We tweaked a few things on that. It's got some lights and some other things not working properly. We have got most everything ordered and or fixed on that. The cutouts work great. The stereo works great. Blah, 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 blah. Or we'll pull the motor, turn it upside down, check it out, get all the specs off of it, put it back together fresh with some gaskets, and then we can sell it as it is truly a 408. It is truly this. It is truly that. It's truly that. Because to brag about a truck properly would be the real way to do it. So that is where we're at on this truck. Not to scare people. AJ just drove it in that video. It drives, it runs. But we do know it's overfueling. We do know it's rich, and it needs some attention. So, and I know we have a ton of customers out there with motors sitting on their stands. I got 3 motors lined up in my garage sitting on stands. Daniel does too. Brian does too. Brian actually has one of my motors in his garage. It wouldn't be a problem 4 or 5 hours later. You can put what you want underneath the hood. But it is cool that it's an LS. So that's where we're at on this one. To answer all the questions, I'm just not comfortable enough to sell it. So if you guys have texted about it and you're just not getting an answer, you don't understand what's going on, hopefully that explains it. The truck itself speaks for itself. It is a big bad boy. It's probably got, just for people that like to know pricing, it's 18 inches of lift roughly, Davis off-road track bar. It's got a crossover steering system. It's got Davis off-road steps, shackles, custom cross member, custom drive shafts, custom exhaust, tires, wheels. Between tires, wheels, lift, accessories, there's 30 grand. Double shocks all the way around, dual steering stabilizers, Dana 60, 14-bolt disc brake. So there's a chunk right there. Not to mention what is probably an extremely high-end paint job. We didn't do it, so I don't know what it cost, but I do know to do something to that level, we're spending about 20 grand usually. So you got a ton of money sitting here, full custom interior. Let's show it all while we're here. I'm probably just going to talk myself in a circle because everybody's going to reach out and want it tomorrow. And right now, as busy as it is, we will not be touching this truck till probably next month. And then with SEMA coming, we might not even be touching it then. So it's liable to be in the background, but I wanted to answer all y'all's questions as to why it's in the background, in case you wonder. Or I'll just take it to one of the buildings and tuck it away in the meantime, or somebody can buy it the way it is. But that's where we're going to sell it. I hope you get it home, change the oil, and rock the crap out of it. You know, we've done the things we think it needed, but until you pull into it, you just don't know. So that's easier to explain to all of y'all and just tell you where we're at than anything. Oh, that's good. So, all right, AJ's just telling me. So he lined up these trucks. Of course, Brown Bear's right there next to this one. But you can see the different heights, different sizes. And we don't really have a 1.0 and 2.0 comparison. But I guess if we had a 3.0, which we will, this truck, great idea, AJ. This truck, he didn't mean to do this. He meant to line them up just so you could see the different sizes. But this truck will be a 3.0. And we'll explain to you what a 3.0 is, but it's basically this. Being as the fact we didn't put this truck together from scratch, we just sold a lot of good parts to the customer. We can't say this is one of our 3.0s. But what the 3.0 is going to look like is this on that truck. So this truck will be getting a 3.0. It's crazy. This truck came in like 2 days after we talked to this customer and set everything up and started the process. So just so you can get an image, that truck is going to look pretty much just like this when it's finished. And what a cool truck that is. And it's already got the steering and the steps and the track bar and a bunch of other stuff, which will have to be modified to go bigger. And then you've got the smaller option. So let's just call it 4, 10, 18. Boop, boop, boop. Pretty neat. Good job, AJ. And then 2.0 and orange truck. We'll look in the back there. Orange truck 1.0. And thanks to you guys for the 1.0, 2.0. It's funny, we joked about 1.0, 2.0 stuff back in the Super Duty days, 99, 2000, 2001, when we were pumping Super Duties out, more than square bodies. So you know what we do with square bodies today. We were doing that with Super Duties back in the early 2000-ish era, 7.3s, gas motors, crew cab, short bids, long bids, you name it. We were rolling out, Brian and Daniel were pumping out 1 to 2 a day in the land of Super Duties. We loved them. Also kind of like a square body because it's solid axle. And we came up with some really good kits for those trucks as far as combinations that worked well. But our 1.0 basically was a 8-inch kit, 36-inch Pernelli Jones tires, or Truxas STSs. If you guys are from around here, you saw those trucks. There's still some around. And a 12-inch wide Mickey Thompson tire. If you went 2.0, you went 12 inches. No different than 8 and 12. It's the same theory. And you went on 39 Boggers, 39 Baja Mickey Thompsons, like crazy, on a 14-wide weld wheel back then. Every now and then somebody would get a 12-wide, but most of the time we were putting a brand new set of Mickey Thompson Bajas that we had in stock that we brought back, and the 14-inch wide welds in boxes, because, of course, once again, the weld deal, we bought weld out, and we had all their wheels. So we had hoarding up of wheels, hoarding up of tires. We're putting them together, 12-inch kit, typically double shocks, dual steering stabilizers, crossover steering, upgraded track bar, whatever the truck needed, got done. Matter of fact, Danny, good friend Danny, has one of those trucks sitting in his field right now still. He ended up going a few more inches bigger, 3.0, I guess, and put 44s on his. And he just put a set of fresh Swampers on his truck. So it looks pretty killer good. 65 Corvette. We sold this car 5 years ago in December. Great customer, reasonably local, came up here with his father. The day after we posted it, drove it home. Jay, we got to have it. Everything in his garage / museum is black. Some things are black / silver. All he needed to do is see a picture of this, and he said, JW, I got to have it. Black and silver. He's got, we'll save that for another day because a lot of you guys know who it is. We'll do a full tour through his building one day, so I'm not going to go into that today. Cool stuff, though. Very cool, eclectic, era-correct type stuff. This being kind of a resto mod, he really could appreciate it. But the cool thing with this car is the body. Mike just came over here and looked it over. Mike is a lover of a C2 Corvette. C2. Thumbnail AJ should probably be right there. Those two things. You don't want to do it right now. Side pipes, cool wheels with the knockoffs, fake knockoffs. But the previous owner, which was actually here out of Hopewell, Virginia, a lot of you followers actually probably know him as well. He's a Corvette lover. He built this car. It got all the upgrades. I think this car even has air conditioning, am I right? Okay. Pretty sure this car has air conditioning. It actually has, what's that, AJ? Yeah, he told you. Or you knew? Oh, AJ's boots look like this.
Just different color.
Y'all drop it in the comments what that is. So we have a lot of comments today. Drop in the comments what kind of material that is, what it's made out of. It is an animal. He upgraded the stereo. You can see the speakers in the back. And this car was built with a lot of parts from Zips. It was built with a lot of parts from a lot of local companies. The underside of this car is as nice as the top side. And we'll have to get you guys some videos. But AJ, you can probably get a little sneak up under there. It's probably a cobweb or two. You're not scared of spiders, are you? I'm sure it's dusty, but it is a super clean car. All right, how do you pop it? This one? This one. Neither one, AJ. This one. If a snake it would have bit me, guess what it says? It says hood release. Guess what the other ones say? Nothing. Yeah, it's an air-conditioned car. So all chromed out under here. According to the paperwork, and I'll be happy to validate it for somebody, this is a numbers matching car. This guy had to have this car certified or appraised for his insurance. It appraised for about $85,000 9 years ago, or 8 years ago. I'll look at the paperwork. So I would say appraisal today is over 100 or right at 100. Everything's chromed out, but supposedly all the original stuff was used on the build of this car, and it is supposedly 31,000 original miles, according to title, according to paperwork. So a beautiful car, beautiful history. He drove it 350 miles in 5 years. He also drove it home, which was 100 of those miles. So it just sat. He's getting some new toys, and this was like, JW, it's probably the one I'll kick myself the worst. And when I say that, you guys, I'll run my cameras back in the office so you can see and hear the man saying, I may walk across the street and load this car back up. Like, that's how on the fence he was about selling it. Thankfully, he did not, because it was raining, I guess, so he didn't want to get it wet. But we're thrilled to have it and be able to offer it. And it is going to be for sale for 80 grand. So anybody looking for an amazing car. The other cool part about this is we have another 65 possibly coming that I'm working a trade deal on. I'll have some more details on that car probably early next week. Customer wants a classic truck and a work truck. And it is a bolt nut restoration back to original quality, even down to the red white wall tires. So that will be amazing if we have a Resto Mod and that sitting side by side. And people are going to probably say something about saying Resto Mod. This one is a modified original car. It's probably the best way to do it. Resto Mod seems to be the name that everybody uses these days, but it's nice. Super nice car. So hope you guys enjoy it. I got a lot on my mind, so I'm sorry for a little rambling today, but again, we got the 9/11 stuff happening tomorrow, just getting the news of that shooting happening, which that's just crazy because we go so many places. That could happen anytime, anywhere. It drives me crazy to think about that, and the kids being at school and everything else. It's a scary world we live in. But, and we don't have bulletproof glass. And then talking about a sniper. Yeah, that's even worse. What a day. Just talking about that, and then that is even that much more ridiculous. So it's a day to remember tomorrow, guys. If anybody's in the line of duty, first responders, we appreciate your service. We are going to do probably late in the fall, just before winter, a cookout again for our first responders. We did it about 5 years ago. It went over very well. So if you're a police officer, fire department, EMS, we're going to have a cookout. We're going to clear out a parking area over there. We're going to have a cookout again and let you guys stop by and just pig out for free. I don't know the date. We got to work around a lot of things, and we got SEMA coming up. So we may have to push it to the spring. I don't know yet, but we are going to do it. I'm dedicated to doing it. And We like giving back. So if you guys are a first responder of any sort, thanks for everything you do. Tomorrow's a great day to remember. If you got a veteran or anybody else in your life, also reach out to them. Just shoot them a text. Say thanks for all you do. It goes a long way. I can promise you. Never forgotten. We're going to bring you some stuff tomorrow from Trista's ceremony. Hope that goes over really well. And all you guys out there have a good afternoon, a safe. Around here, it's a nasty afternoon, so safe drive home. Thanks for all your support.